Blessings, blessings, and grand risings. Grand risings, everyone. Welcome, welcome to Grace in the Morning. Oh my goodness. Y'all caught me on a Sunday. Why not? Shout out to all the new subscribers, all the old subscribers, to the new people who pop in today. If you don't know who I am, my name is Miss Grace. I come here 3 days a week usually, and we broadcast from my kitchen, talking about social, economic issues, political issues from a non-biased perspective. So today we're going to be following up on an issue that I have been tracking, and many people have been tracking what's been going on with ICE, and we have a major update. ICE has unalived another person in Minneapolis. Okay, so we're going to get a little bit into the gentleman. His name is Alex, and we're going to follow up on some information that happened with the other young lady who passed away or was unalived by ICE in Minneapolis, Miss Good, where they're at with her case. And then we're going to show you how many people have been unalived just in this how many days into the new year? 25 days into the new year, or have been shot by ICE. We're going to get into that. This is going to be a little long-winded, guys. All right. So later on, I'm going to split part two. Hopefully they let me stream. But we're also going to get into what is actually fueling ICE. It's not just mega and all this crazy propaganda that they under people videos saying and out on the internet. It's also our politicians, because you're going to hear some Democrats are calling for possibly the National Guard to go to Minneapolis, Democrats, okay? And then we also have an update on the federal cases that's creating precedent that was supposed to be bringing these officers to yield that was possibly dismissed. Let's get it. Guys, thank you for being here. I'm going to keep you warm on this alleged blizzard that we're having. If y'all didn't see what I posted earlier, I post, hey, is this psychological operation? Because right now I went to the store and I came back and it's not that icy. So I'm going to keep my eyes on it because I feel some type of way. They're taking money away from me. So let's get to this, guys. But it doesn't matter because I'm here with you guys. Let's play this real quick and let's start deep diving. You know what we do here.
Of another person doing nothing more than exercising his
Blessing,
sacred constitutional
Myra,
rights to participate
Mayra.
in free speech or to protect free speech. That is all that this was. Only dictators do this kind of thing. And I have a message for people who serve dictators. That message is this: you commit crimes in the city of Philadelphia of this nature or anything close to it, I guarantee you, I will do everything in my power to make sure you are arrested, that you are brought to trial, that you are convicted, and that you do every day of the considerable time that you absolutely deserve for taking your oath, throwing it in the trash, and killing civilians and stomping on their rights while you wear a mask. We are not having this. And the other thing we are going to do, which is not what you want, is we're going to stay peaceful. We're going to stay disciplined.
Exactly.
We're going to stay in a zone where all of Trump's insane lies about how other people are causing problems and other people are the emergency when he is obviously the trouble and the emergency. We're going to stay calm so that he doesn't have more silly excuses to do even more.
Thank you. And that's coming straight from Philly. I should have saved that a little bit later because that is directly what I have been preaching here, guys. They're setting us up. This is the 52 fake out. They're using our energy. They're using us being upset. And I'm saying us.
Today
Shout out to my mom. She may be going to church. She hates when I say us because she knows that I'm not behaving in this manner. But no matter what, wherever we go in another country, they're going to look at us as Americans. I know we're separate out here and they're whatever, but this is still what they think of us as a nation. So let's just get into Mr. Alex. I'm going to say Pretty. This is his name. Please tell me if I'm saying his name wrong. Man shot and killed by federal agents in Minneapolis. We have the video, and I think. Hold on one second. Why would I take mines off? Give me one second. I have a reel that I want to show you guys. My reel, because the reel that I have on my channel actually really shows a good video to start with. So we're going to start with my reel first, and then we're going to get into all of the other videos because I was blessed to get a good clip of what has happened. Bear with me, guys. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm usually not available on the weekend, so I'm grateful to be here. And the first person y'all come to check out, even though I just came up on your For You page. Okay, let's go. This is what I want you guys to see. This one right here on my studio. I don't know how that got off. Let's see. All right. Don't do me like that. You see how this is acting up? Okay.
Just said what? I don't think we're going to necessarily ask for a declaration of war. I think we're just going to kill people. Trump. You can see several federal officers surrounding the individual. This is the third shooting and the second fatal shooting involving federal agents. Let's watch this video.
Now you guys can see this picture. We're gonna go to my reel so you guys can see this up close, and we're gonna show you the other videos. But you could plainly see what's going on here. They're literally jumping the guy. 6 officers or so jumping him. In the other videos, we're gonna show you where you see one officer punching him in the head, another one kicking him, and then they back up and literally start shooting him. This is murder. Okay, and the people who support this, I'm just going to keep it real. They're setting this up for Hunger Games and Squid Game type of behaviors for everyone. Because after we go over the case that we're talking about, that is basically post to bring them to Hill, the excessive force case, you're gonna see that the game is rigged, okay? And it's not rigged against them, it's rigged against me and you. As well as, I just want to highlight the last live that we talked about this. I highlighted that they wanted to take our First, Second, and Fourth Amendment rights away. And I said that the gentleman that was coming out acting like he was the Black Panther was a little bit suspect. I had Trump people like, yeah. It was a setup because, first of all, that gentleman never went to the areas where ICE is actually at. Okay, he haven't went to Minneapolis in the middle of this happening. Also, I think that what he did will incite the others who hate Black people to say, hey, if he could walk around and don't get anything done to him, I can too. It shouldn't be no issue. And I'm not saying I'm the only ones that hate Black people, but they knew it was going to incite the Second Amendment menders, you know, the ones that like pow, got the gunners to come out and say, hey, I'm bringing my guns out. Because just a week ago, there was a gentleman and he was Caucasian. And I showed you this. This was a built up. He said directly, I came out here and they hit me in the head with a pepper ball. I didn't do nothing. I'm sick and tired of this. Next time I'm going to have my gun to protect myself, because if someone do something to me, I'm going to do something. I'm going to protect myself. And I was like, oh my God, this is not the tone that we need to have. And that's why I was telling my Gentiles, the people who are out there, and I'm dead serious, that you have to come to Hill, because this is not the right way to do it, because they're going to use it against us and lock us all up and take our rights away. Now they're moving from the First Amendment rights to the Second Amendment right, because Mr. Alex actually had a gun. Okay, just like I knew was going to happen. Guys, I just have to say it.
Several protests here in LA and across the country this afternoon after a man was shot and killed by federal immigration agents on the streets in Minneapolis this morning.
It's ridiculous.
The second shooting of an American citizen by federal officers in that city in just 3 weeks. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm Liz Nagy.
And I'm Jory Rand. This is a special edition of Eyewitness.
Wait, hold up. I'm going to stop real quick because I will be running my mouth a little bit. Lisa Ann says, stay at home and don't Protest illegal criminals, woo, but they're doing the door-to-door. Let's talk about everything. Let's put the big picture together here, because this is what we do. We don't do sectionated reporting. We highlight that they were going to come door to door and they were going to ask every single citizen for their ID. White America, you don't like that. You know you don't like to have to show your ID and who you are. It's okay to watch other people do it, but you think that it's not going to happen to you? Let's go. You are part of the others. You just don't realize it because you're the have-nots. Mega. Let's go.
Devin showing us a live picture of a protest just getting underway in Olvera Street in downtown Los Angeles. It looks like there are some speakers, some tables set up. We see a couple of news cameras. This is being covered. The eyes of the nation are on what is happening.
All these people are paid
Los Angeles
protesters.
as well as Minnesota. The growing unrest continues this weekend in response to this latest shooting in Minneapolis. A 37-year-old died this time, a man identified by his parents as Alex Pettie, an ICU nurse.
And I will say this, I'm not going to even be more upset because he's an ICU nurse, because that's what I am. Killing frontline workers at that. Honestly, I wouldn't even be out there because I have more common sense because I already see the setup. But love and blessings to him and my fellow nurses who are grieving for him. Because at the end of the day, he was a frontline worker trying to save everyone on his day-to-day life, unlike I.
You're about to show you is disturbing. Take a look. Now that is just one video of that situation in Minneapolis. The man
So the video you see here is not as close as the reel that I have up, but in the reel you can see that these ICE agents are not trained. They are weak as hell. I'm just going to be honest. We're going to try to see the pre-footage of what happened, but to see them wrestling this one man on the ground when he doesn't look like he's putting up a lot of resistance. If it takes 6 ICE agents to put one person down, y'all doing a terrible job. You're weak as hell. I mean, problem that you might as well just be women, okay? Because it'll take 6 women to get one man down. I understand that, but they're full-fledged men. But ICE is doing a great job. Again, love and blessings to my uncle. February 2nd, his anniversary coming up. Being an ex-ICE agent who retired, literally unalived himself. And that's what I believe a lot of these ICE agents is going to do when they realize what position they're in, when they're going to be under the gauntlet because they're going to be outcasted from society, not being able to get a job, and then God is going to condemn them. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, I feel some type of way because this continues, but I shouldn't be surprised because we're in the land of the second Babel, the second Bell. Okay, the second Bell worshiping nation. The people in the comments, and this is to you that's worshiping death, giving excuse, you're a Bell worshiping. You're worshiping death. There's no excuse to just kill people. We should be civil enough or trained enough to mitigate some things because we're getting paid $200,000. That's like me as a nurse getting frustrated with people who don't know how to behave, who have brain injuries, and I know that their brain injuries is causing them to act the way, and I just say, fuck it, fuck y'all, I ain't dealing with them, and then treat them how I want to outside of my training. Come on, I'm going to have to give you guys some logic, even if you don't want it. Let's be for real. Let the other nations who watch me see that at least me, the black people, and some of the people in the audience who agree that we do have a heart, we're humane, and that we see that our nation is going in the wrong direction, and they're literally creating presidents and about to lock all our motherfucking asses up. Go ahead. Let's go. Let me stop looking at y'all comments getting on my daggone nerves. I got stuff to show y'all.
You saw the video there. Federal authorities in Minnesota are saying that Freddie was armed at the time. Typically, in a case like this, we would not hear any conclusions from the federal government, any investigative body. That is not the case of what Trump is doing right now.
Whatever.
Stephen Miller, who is
let me know you guys can hear everything clear too.
The assassin tried to murder federal law enforcement.
Okay, so listen, let me shut up real quick because I want you guys to hear something. In this particular video, he just talked about a gentleman who tried to kill ICE agents. This is the case that we're going to look at in part 2. That's why I said it's going to be a little long-winded, and it's for people who have critical thinking and education, because the second part, we're going to get into the cases that's creating precedent for ICE to behave this way, which they're going to use against us all the time. Okay, because they allegedly dismissed the excessive force case and a little bit more. So this particular case that he's about to talk to, let's keep it in our field of thinking because I'm going to build on it, okay? This is not just bait news and 5-minute broadcast from me. We deep dive around here to figure out what's going on so we all don't be condemned to hell. Shout out to the people who believe in our Lord and Savior.
Typically, in a case like this, we would not hear any conclusions from the federal government, any investigative body. That is not the case of what Trump is doing right now.
Listen.
Stephen Miller, who is an advisor to the president, called this person a would-be assassin who tried to murder federal law enforcement. Eyewitness News reporter Madison Wild joins us now for fallout and what federal agents and Minnesota police are saying tonight.
They said he was a would-be assassin that tried to murder ICE agents. Exactly what I had brought up the other day. That gentleman who was the black gun supporter out here in Georgia, who got locked up with a Fed case, I watched everything. He did everything by the book. He had his license. He told them about the protesters, who was going to have guns, who wasn't. Guess how they locked him up? They locked him up simply because he cocked his gun in the air and they had a federal agent on the roof. So they said that he tried to basically shoot, or, whatever that is illegal, to cock your gun towards a federal agent, even though he didn't know that the federal agent was up there. So that was one of the cases that created precedent for this. That's why I bet you that case is going to come up when they talk about this again, because they're using basically that ideology that this man was a would-be assassin. So if you would be assassin, why you walking in the middle of the crowd? Why aren't you on the building top, like, doing things how assassin would do? But they're using this language so they can start to push the narrative of domestic terrorism. Okay? Yeah, let's keep going. Let's go.
Story, Liz, another very disturbing scene out of Minneapolis. This is the second time, as you said, in just 3 weeks, the federal agents have shot and killed a U.S. citizen. An urgent investigation underway tonight after Homeland Security claims that 37-year-old ICU nurse Pettie was carrying a gun. He was shot and killed today in a confrontation with federal agents. We're hearing different accounts tonight. This is what we know so far. Homeland Security says Pettie approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a handgun, and they say he violently resisted when they tried to disarm him. The Minneapolis police chief says the victim had no criminal record, was a lawful gun owner, and an American citizen. Video of that fatal shooting by a federal Border Patrol officer is currently under review. We're told officers were preparing to confront another man who they say is in the U.S. illegally. That's according to Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino.
So I hope some more of the body cam come out to show exactly the first interactions of how he got so close to the officers, and it's the why for me too, because I do take into account some of the things that you just should not do. It's just stupid because we're dealing with filthy, dirty animals. Stay 100 feet away from them. Don't give them the to do anything to you. You got high-tech cameras, bitch. Use the high-tech cameras. As protesters, you guys should be more aware of what can be used against you. That's why I like what Philly is talking about. He's like, because we're not going to do what they do. We're not going to give you the energy or the set up, the 52 fake out, because I've been set up a lot, because sometimes I have raw responses to people's stupid shit, and then they talk about the response. I'm like, but bitch, you stole all my stuff. Oh, you yelled, you fucked me up, you took off everything. We can't have those responses. Not when you're already supposed to be the object of a afflection. So I still want to know why he was so close, or whatever. But at the end of the day, they already looked like they had him at yield on the floor. So my thing is, why start shooting more than one? They shot him like a dog. And he had all points on the board. And y'all ain't gonna like the last point. 1, he was a U.S. citizen. Check. 2, he was a legal gun owner. Check. 1, he was upstanding. I'm not just saying because he an ICU nurse. Check. And no background. And lastly, he was white. Gentiles. White on white crime. We ain't supposed to be doing this now. Now we're seeing. That's what I'm saying. We're living in the days where you guys are getting your judgment, and I'm talking like this as a Hebrew woman, not to pick fun, but to let you guys know that you're gonna have to change your behavior. I'm dead up. We're gonna talk about Sunday, Monday, and y'all go to church on this day. You're gonna have to change your behavior because y'all gonna kill each other off. Right at the time where all the Esau um, partners is going to turn on him like they're doing in Obadiah. So what side are you on? That maybe I'm trying to save Gentiles a little bit more, and my black people, because I'll be talking to y'all. But many of y'all in the audience are off the hook when it comes to ICE, because ICE is going door to door. We don't even have to be outside for this to happen. And the other case, I'm not going to bring it up today, but I will put it at the bottom. Basically, of them entering a man's house because his girlfriend said she said, and they saw an empty gun holster, and they walked into that house, ended up arresting him for whatever, paraphernalia, whatever. And he tried to get it all thrown out because they wasn't supposed to go in his house according to not having probable cause. Guess what they did to that case when they went to Supreme Court? Denied, struck down, which meant the federal agents and people can come in your house if they feel like there's some type of threat. If they just feel like it's not even a threat, if it's something that's off, because they took out the stance of having probable cause for that particular case. Do you see the build up here for me? And you say follow the law, and that's what they're going to say. What do you do when the gun is in your face, Gentiles? Get it together, because y'all fucking up America, and I'm just trying to be here for a little while longer while I get my money right and my soul right. You're fucking up America.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted, fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers.
And remember, Bavano is incredible. We will show the clip of him when we get into the case of him admitting that he lied about the Chicago case. Okay, he's very incredible. 9mm gun is just basically the 9mm that the regular police got. Why he's trying to make it like it's so big? It's just a handgun that most people have.
However, city officials are questioning that account and whether Pettie brandished a weapon at all. Minneapolis police chief says Alex Pettie, the man killed, was a legal gun owner with a permit.
Thank you, Sue. You said it. If you got that clip, let me know. Sue said live from Australia, dude gun was taken away before being shot. That's execution. Thank you. Let's go. I see some of you guys in the audience. I'm paying attention to the good ones.
Not yet releasing the details on what happened leading up to the shooting.
We urge everyone to remain peaceful. We recognize that there's a lot of anger and a lot of questions around what has happened, but we need people to remain peaceful.
So far, President Trump has defended the shooting. Tonight, we're seeing protests in Minneapolis, and as you just saw back here in Los Angeles, demonstrations as well as a vigil planned for tonight. We'll keep you updated on what we see.
All right, you already know they're going to keep on with these protesters. So let's get into it. We're 22 minutes in, and I have not even showed y'all half of the shit. Now let's learn a little bit more about Mr. Alex, because again, I want to show that he's a human being. Hold on a second. I want to show that he's a human being, and then we're going to get into the people who actually been shot and unalived by ICE outside of him. And then y'all going to see that it's actually a president taking place. They're killing Americans. Baby, they're killing Americans. They're killing Americans. And go ahead and say that they're not. Man shot, killed by federal agents in Memphis, identified as Illinois-born nurse. Let's just learn a little bit more about my buddy. Shout out to him. If I ever took a contract in Illinois, I probably could have met him. And we would have had no choice but to team up, work together, and do what was honorable. Take care of our patients and do our job right. Not let politics come in and start killing people, or letting our feelings come in and say, well, they don't like us. I could say, listen, I know white people don't like me. You're in the audience saying it. Can't even say the word nigga because I had to block it. But you think if I knew that since a child, I would have never made it as a nurse if I would have let that govern me. Half of you, I would have been able to get y'all in there. I ain't lose a patient, and I didn't only take care of black patients, baby. Okay? Come on, have some moral and some ethics about yourself. Get it together.
Alex Pettie was a registered nurse. The Associated Press says he was born here in Illinois. His
mayor of Minneapolis
Oh,
continuing his calls for immigration agents to leave the city and state after now the third shooting involving a federal agent in Minnesota. The Trump administration claiming the man Alex Pettie, seen here in his family photo, was a threat while armed with a
yo, he
gun.
would have been my buddy, y'all. I promise you. I had plenty of buddies just like this in ICU because the white ICU men nurses, they used to love me because I was on task. I wasn't lazy. Oh my God, let me move on because me find out he's a nurse really touching my heart too. Look at my boo, yo. Jesus.
Say Pettie was a legal gun owner in an open Erie state.
Oh my God.
Cell video captures an apparent
What's this?
tussle between federal agents and a man on the ground in Minneapolis this morning before you hear gunfire.
Oh my God.
Federal officials confirming a Border Patrol agent shot and killed Lashley was a man armed with a gun. President Trump posting on social media a picture of what he says was the man's loaded gun, saying further, quote, "Let our eyes be
A regular 9mm.
Border Patrol Commander Gregory speaking today about what he says led up to the shooting while
We're
agents
gonna
were trying to arrest an undocumented
pass for Bino. I can't take him.
37-year-old Minneapolis resident, a lawful gun owner with a permit to carry. This is now the third shooting in Minnesota during the ongoing immigration operation in the state. Demonstrations have already been going on after the fatal shooting of Renee Good earlier this month. Minnesota's justice system will have the last word on this. Yeah, it must have the last word.
Thank you.
As I told the White House in no uncertain terms this morning, the federal government cannot be trusted to lead this investigation.
All right.
And Illinois Representative Brad Schneider is also calling for a full investigation into the shooting and the firing of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson says he supports abolishing ICE, while Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is calling for the funding to stop.
Now, wait a minute, y'all. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is the dismantling of America. This don't sound familiar. See, I look at things as the patterns. You don't see this pattern when the Black Lives Matter was out there protested and they infiltrated the Black Lives Matter movement and then they were calling for the abolishment or defunding of police, which I said I did not support because it was supposed to be the police and the community working together to basically fight crime, because that's what I saw work in Newark, where we kind of got the gangs under control. Not really, but we still work together. But with that goes to say that weakened our police force, the relationships, how many people wanted to be a police. The same thing is happening here with all three sectors that's being affected and involved in this. American citizens don't want to be ICE. They don't want to be National Guard. Well, maybe National Guard if they just let them do their job. Or they don't want to be Border Patrol, on top of our educational system and not pushing, elite positions like that. But I'll shut the hell up. But what that goes to say, now is this like abolish ICE. I don't want ICE abolished. I need a truthful and honest agency in place, because United States is a nation. Regardless, every nation is supposed to have entities there to protect it, to be able to function properly as far as, banking, political. We are supposed to have different sectors that's strong, because we all can't just be knowing in all the spots. That's why when he dismantled these different sectors, trying to condense for more power, it's a little bit dangerous because we have so many people in so many states. I think this is a setup to weaken the next three sectors of what is supposed to protect America, which is police, ICE, National Guards, Border Patrol, and now they're trying to get our army in there. So if we don't want to be part of that, and they're setting them against the people, who's going to be part of that? Maybe the thing that they still have active now in the DOD and Obama's alleged executive order that allows for foreign nationals to participate in our army. It's still that haven't been recalled. I be thinking too much though, but I'm gonna shut up. Now it says I'm gonna just shut up because I was like, what? My uncle was an ICE agent. His job was important. I didn't like the shit he did and said, but I knew what he was doing was important. Like, I'm not stupid. Come on, man. This is a 52 fake out setup. This is the destruction of America. Should be part of my 10 king theory to weaken our powers within our system and take the power out of America. people hands, us having no rights to speak, guns, none of those sovereignty for us, and then it's consolidate into the White House. Project 2024, 25, I do apologize, where Project 2025 said the chief of operations, his objective is the American objective, not the people objective. Do you see what's going on? And I'm not even American, like America, America. I'm just a person. Like, I'm really be vibing. Like, I could go anywhere and make it happen, but y'all see what's going on? Okay, what we know about the fatal shooting at Alex shooting, I'm sorry, because I don't want to say his name, is Pretty, by federal agents in Memphis. So I think we kind of know what happened a little bit. Let's see if this give us a little bit more, because we kind of like go to different articles because we hear a little bit different and we see better videos. So let's see if we can see another video. Hopefully this video give us a little bit before. It's just starting when they got him on the ground. So if someone see the video where they said that allegedly they took the gun away from him, please show me. Oh snap, let's see this better. Oh snap, let's watch this, y'all. That's him. What the fuck is, wait, start this again, y'all. This is the good video. Ooh, thank you to BBC. Look at this. Wait, why are they fighting? Can somebody tell him to look in the audience and look at what y'all saying? Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, he pushed the lady. So he pushed the ICE agent pushed this lady on the floor. He's macing the guy with the alleged gun in the face. This is the ICE agent macing him with the gun in the face. The lady he pushed on the floor. Okay. Now, why I'm trying to figure out, why is he trying to having this combat with her? I don't know if it's combat because it doesn't look like he's helping. But you know, we're still evaluating this together, guys, because this is all new. Okay, so let's look back, because it looked like an officer have a gun in his hand, but it could be his gun. Can y'all show me where he took the gun from him at? Let's just go back to this part. He punching him with a gun. You saw him punching him with the butt of the gun. It's 4 or 5 of them on him, or 6, and then the other officer looks like he's punching him with the butt of the gun or a fist. Y'all saw that. But my thing is, how did they know that he had a gun? Where did this gun thing come from? Because it looks like originally they went after the lady. Oh, this is bad. Let's pause and slow this down. All right, we're gonna watch this. Y'all wanna watch it one more time? Let me just get to your comments, because somebody said, great coat took the gun. Okay, I'm gonna look at your comments and I'll watch it one more time. Move away. Okay, no, let's talk about the gun. This is, okay, we talking about the gun. The agent that ran like a pissy pussy took the pistol. He wasn't being pistol whipped. It was the spray that was hitting him in the face. Okay, we're gonna look at that to see. Thank you, Booster, for actually paying attention to the content. Nobody actually seen the officer taking the gun. They just heard that on Jimmy Kimmel monologue. Okay, critical. Thank you for that update. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. You say you mind your own business, but I'm glad for you to be here. This is absolute lie unhinged, but I asked a question that you can't answer. Okay, baby, speak in whole and stay on the content. All right, let's look at this one more time. Thank you guys for being here. Please hit the like button. You know what we do, evaluate all clips. And you see how it got to be a build-up where we started seeing more and more come out. That's why we try not to totally make a decision on what happened, but I definitely know it was 6 officers on this one man. And if they can't take that one man out, bitch, you should be fired. You a female. I said it. Female. Okay, y'all want me to slow it down and shut up? I'm gonna slow it down. Can I slow it down? What the hell is this? Let's slow it down just a little bit. I'm gonna shut up and then we're gonna move on. Okay, let's watch. Okay. Okay. Right. I don't see. Tussling with the lady. Okay, he beating him in the face with the can. You were right about that. And see, we got to get a close up. Where the rest of that close up at? BBC. BBC. This is the rest of the close up. I want to see. Wait a minute. Look, BBC had this. Where the rest of this is at? This is what I want to see. You see how it's different angles? I want this angle. Okay, guys, so we got a better understanding. Thank you guys for, helping me catch some things. But at the end of the day, I don't give a damn. This wasn't justified. I don't care. I don't know what was going on between him and the lady and him pulling lady coat, but they made it seem like this man walked up to them with a gun. That's what I'm waiting to see. I don't even know where the lady came from, but the way they say in the story from what we listened to, that he approached the officer with a gun and they tried to take it from him and he violently tried to get away. That's not what happened. People was getting sprayed in the face, The lady got pushed on the floor. The man that posted had the gun don't look like he was going for the gun, but he looked like he was tussling with the lady, pulling her by her hoodie. I don't know what that was. When they beat him in the head with the spray can, you correct me because I thought they was pistol whipping him. And then all of a sudden the clip change. And then we get the back angle. All right, BBC, I love you. I'm not going to say their name too much before they ask copyright me because that's what they usually do. Let's see. Can we see from this angle one more time? Okay. This is CNN. Just one more angle, guys. And then we're going to start getting into the other ones who have got killed in a little bit of update. We got to talk about this. Let's go. It's ridiculous. Hold up. Let's see CNN what they talking about.
American citizen, DHS DON from Minneapolis after federal agents shot and killed an American citizen. DHS says a 37-year-old man had a gun and violently
Wait, let me stop. First and foremost, this is an open carry state. I bring my pistol everywhere I go. I even bring my pistols to my patient house. And they ain't even know it. I don't bring it in their house, but baby, it's around. So when you have an open carry state and you can have a pistol, we are able to carry it everywhere. It's not off limits for a protest. Highlighting the I hate that boy named Kyle. What's his name? Kyle? The little boy who got away with shooting up protesters because he brung a gun that he wasn't supposed to have. You was good with that, Kyle Rottenhouse. Huh? You was good with that. That little boy who was illegal to have a gun. Check. He didn't get none of the checks that Alex got. He had a gun he wasn't supposed to. Check. And then he was pursuing the crowds that he wasn't even supposed to be part of. Check. But you ain't say nothing about that shit. But let's just watch this. I got a photographic memory, baby. I was in a debate club each. I'm going to remember what the hell y'all did.
After federal agents shot and killed an American citizen, DHS says a 37-year-old man had a gun and violently resisted officers when they tried to disarm him. Let's play this here and show this video.
Okay, there's more. Okay, good. Oh, he tried to stop him from pushing her. He was trying to help her up. Oh. Okay. Now y'all see a little bit more. Oh, God, it's so good. Let's just watch this first part again because it looked like now they were together or something. I don't think that they should be in the middle of the street with the shit. But let's just go. It's America. They give him a jaywalking ticket. Don't kill him.
Resisted officers when they tried to disarm him. Let's play this here and show this video.
So they was watching him do arrest, blowing the whistles. He's in the street. Okay, so it looks like it escalates when the ICE officers start walking towards the protesters and the people that away from the vehicle. So I gotta say this. You're saying they're interfering, but you leave your actual scene to go get the people who was recording you. Because you obviously, I'm so glad we saw this. You see them leave that vehicle and move and come towards them. I don't know what just happened to make the lady and ICE agents she could have said something that tipped them off and they started coming. And I think Alex made with her or not with her, but they're protesters started to come towards to help the lady. This is what I'm seeing. Let me know if I'm not seeing this correctly. Then these ICE agents like, bitch, you in my business again. And Trump said I could kill y'all. I just add that in there, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay, like y'all watching it? And that's why we don't get it. Her camera go down. Oh my God. Okay, so the other protesters was there trying to help them get up after the ICE agent pushed the lady so hard. That's what made this happen. So it's not that they were totally interfering. It looks like they were about 100 feet away. I have to say, because I said, why? You beat 100 feet away. I'm playing devil advocate. You see what I'm saying? I'm advocating for the Gentile devils in there just a little bit because if you in court, you got to look at both sides. But it looks like they was like 100 feet away. It looks like the officers closed the distance and started to go towards the lady who got pushed violently. So what I thought the tussle was him actually just trying to pull her up from her hoodie while the ICE officers spraying him. So he never actually accosted them with a gun. How did he know that he had a gun? That gun may have been under his coat and they felt it. I don't think that he ever went for the gun. And we're going to hear more of this story. This is my little synopsis on this. Let's just finish one more minute of this. Oh, nah, and then we're going to move on. This is ridiculous.
Pop at the end, that's a shot. Shimon Prokupecz is with me, our chief crime and justice correspondent. So Shimon, this is the lead up to it. Yeah. And while people are upset, it's certainly not in some incredibly tense moment. Then all of a sudden ICE is there, that a woman gets pushed over. I guess you see Alex in there. Mm-hmm. And it goes from that to Pop and the shooting. So it seems that Alex is trying to help her, right? That's what it seems. He's there. He's got his phone out.
Oh, they jumped off of this. Somebody's heart. Their hearts was hurting, y'all. I had a few people jump off the live because they narrative, they can't hold it up. Here go the truth in the matter here. If you come to Grace Levi page, Miss Grace, we going to break down everything. Right is right, wrong is wrong. We're calling it all out. Either way, these ICE officers was the initiative of this excessive force.
Law enforcement officials pushes her. And then it seems that Alex is trying to get in between that. And then he's at some point taken to the ground. But you also see, I saw this video earlier, but I didn't see they pepper spray him too. There's so it looks like.
Thank you. So he was already debilitated, highlighting that those sprays that they're using is very, very potent. They sprayed him twice in the face and they beat him in the head with it. I saw him.
That we've been seeing and are pepper spraying him, and then he goes to the ground, and then you see a number of
this wasn't supposed to happen.
Around him, holding him down on the ground.
This is incompetence.
To arrest him, but I'm sure at this point he's also dealing with the pepper spray and being disoriented. What's not clear here is why they fired.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to stop right there. Yeah, ICE equals incompetence. Somebody said that in the audience, and I agree with you. ICE equals incompetence. Like they said, they have high school graduates that allegedly is making $200,000 that's emboldened with no education, no background in law, nothing whatsoever. I can't stand Bavino. I was going to play his little clip of him 4-minute rant, but I know it's going to be full of lies and bullshit. Y'all want to listen to it? I can't stand Bavino. Let me see something. I can't stand him. Y'all, let's just watch him for a second. I can't stand this man. People are the devil. I can't take them. Him and Christy Nome, they gonna burn in hell. Plain and simple. That's just the way it is.
U.S. DHS law enforcement officers were conducting a targeted operation in Minneapolis against an illegal alien, Jose Huerta Chuma. You can see this illegal alien on the screen to my left and right. That is Jose Huerta Chuma, whose criminal history includes...
Oh, hold on. Oh, okay. He's talking about another gentleman, one of the people that allegedly, the case that's going to be coming up.
Domestic assault to intentionally inflict bodily harm, disorderly conduct, and driving without a valid license. During this operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
You see this? They're lying. Okay. Oh my God. I can't stand Bavino. We just watched what happened. You see how he lied and said they approached the agents with a 9mm handgun. When you see the agents actually approach them, and the guy had no gun out. Nobody even knew he had a gun. This bastard is going down. He's going down.
To disarm the individual, but he violently resisted. Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject, but the subject was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage.
I can't watch Bavino. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little bit biased because I know he's fucking lying. Plain and simple. There's nothing I can do with him. He's making him into a fucking assassin. He's an ICU nurse. Bitch, I'm in trouble. I'm a whole nurse. It ain't no sympathy for us. They take the most gentlest type of job, that career, that industry, and made the whole world against us. First it was COVID, and they try to put it on us about the nurses killing the patients with the vent and the nurses, and now they turning this nurse into a fucking terrorist. I can't take it with this America. White on white crime. Let's keep it going. This is Pam Bondi, where they're basically Pam Bondi weighs in on Minneapolis protesters after Border Patrol shooting. They're doubling down, and guys, Democrats, Republicans, whoever is alike, guess what? Democrats coming in behind talking about, you have to send the National Guard. OT's like, send the National Guard. This ain't no Democrat Republican thing, bitch. This is a setup. We're gonna get to that. Let's see what Pam Bondi I made an ugly face because that's how she make me feel. Let's watch her. Crack is whack. Hold on.
Hey, it's Ryan.
Hit the like button. Thank you so much for being here. This is not sponsored by Mint. Hold on one second. Let this go by. We're going to name some of the names while this commercial is playing. Shout out to Renee Nicole Good, 37-year-old U.S. citizen who was unalive. Mr. Silver Gonzalez, a Mexican immigrant, shot and killed in September 2025. That was unalive, just so we can let you guys know it's more than once. Keith Porter, African-American, 43 years old, American citizen, fatally shot December 31st. Into New Year's 2025. Louis David Nano, shot and injured, Border Patrol agent during a vehicle stop by Border Patrol agent vehicle stop. Also, we got to talk about the lady Martine Rodriguez that was shot 6 times in the chest and things like that. I think we're going to get an update on her case. Also, one more person we're going to be talking about is, who is this person? Ryan Garcia, struck by multiple non-lethal pepper balls during June 25th protest in Colorado. So he must have some type of injuries. All right, let's go. Let's see if they're going to let us see this now. Give me 1 second. Thank you so much. Let's listen to this video together. What do you got going on? Hit the like button, guys. I'm keeping y'all busy on this fake snow day.
Sure. This has been hard to watch for everyone involved. Let me just get your initial thoughts of what's happened here in Minneapolis in the last couple of hours.
Hold on. Nobody knew he had a gun. I can't claim that, Michael. Who said, where was the gun? You watched the video. Just because Bavino lying ass said he had a gun and approached him. Oh, Bavino said he had a gun. And that's the fucking truth. When we watched it with our own eyes that he never pulled out a gun. Boy, bye. We already tell you, you supposed to be under the gauntlet. Go ahead, sign up for the Hunger Games right now.
In Minneapolis is because you have
That's
a
where you
mayor, you have a
belong.
governor who has declared Minneapolis
Squid
a
Games.
sanctuary city, saying, bring your worst of the worst to Minneapolis. You're invited here. We will protect you. Aisha, these are the arrests. These are just the arrests that ICE has been making. And that's why Donald Trump has ICE in Minneapolis to protect the citizens. Sodomy of a boy, strong arm robbery, sexual assault, sodomy of a girl under the age of 16.
Wait, I know they're not talking about that when they won't release the Epstein files. And I'm going to have to say, Gentile white men, you have the highest rate of sexually abusing kids in the whole damn world next to Israel. Bitch, let's move on. Yeah, you can talk about the immigrants, talk about yourself.
12-year-old girl.
White man.
Rape, ag assault. Convicted
Sorry.
rape, child fondling. These are all the illegals that Joe Biden was letting into our country.
Don't be mad.
They were all going to Minneapolis because the mayor, the governor, the AG, they were protecting
So
them.
she's making a narrative saying that all of these rapists was going to Minneapolis so they could get away from Trump. Do you see the lies? The lies for me? Pam Bondi, you going to be on my can't stand you list.
Our country.
Because I never listened to
as
you.
Saw, I was in Minneapolis, and we are going to protect our churches. We are going to protect our great men and women in law enforcement who were out there doing their jobs today. They were out there arresting a violent offender, and then this guy comes up. I can't talk about more of the details. Chief Bovino talked about that. It's now all pending, but we will support the men and women in law enforcement, and we will support the good citizens of Minnesota if the governor and that mayor aren't going to do it. Some of the people that you arrested, like you mentioned, in the last couple of days, you feel was incredibly organized. What can you tell us more about what we're seeing on the ground there? I mean, our Steve Harrigan, who's covered many wars, said that in his own observations, it feels incredibly organized. People know each other, they know where to go. What do you know about this? That's right.
Of course, they are very organized. White people, Caucasian people, I give it to y'all. Y'all know how to set shit off and very organized. This ain't, yeah. And I don't think all of them are paid protesters. That's just too many people to be paid right now. I do think they have people who are inciters, like the guy who was burning a flag. I'm going to put that in my reel. Like, I think that was someone who was trying to incite the protest. Like, just like, okay, and I have to say this, and I'll call my people out. I'm not going to say no name. One of my people, we were talking about the Black Lives Matter thing, and she's black, and she definitely says that these protesters are more organized, unlike the black people protests that turn into riots, things like that. And this is a black person, and I love her. And I was like, yeah, I understand, but you understand that there be insiders there that literally start, and then people follow them to the pits of hell. And that's what happened in Atlanta. Once these white protesters started breaking the glass and all of these richy stores and in the mall, them damn black hood young niggas, YNs, they went right on in behind them like, yeah. But initially they were not the ones. So this is the same thing that's happening here. I think insiders, just like one, it was the neo-Nazi guy who went off crying, broken, feelings hurt, and also the Black Panther guy who put the guns out like, yeah, I'm about to protect my community, but he never took his ass to an actual ICE protest where it's being set off right now. But he incited one of the Gentiles to have a gun on them. And I will believe, and I do see Mr. Alex did not have that gun up. So I don't believe this stupid narrative. So Trump is threatening the Insurrection Act. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. This is a setup. This is a setup against all of us. So let's just watch this real quick because Trump is doubling down on how he feels. And he's saying that it's not the ICE agent incompetency. And we know it. He's just basically saying we're going to call Insurrection Act. We're going to stop midterm elections, bitch, and I'm going to be king. Y'all don't see what's going on. You don't see it. You don't see it. Hit the like button. Let's go.
Tonight,
They don't see it.
outside a federal facility in Minnesota. This is a scene that we've seen all day long. The line of police officers and right across the street, protesters. A scene that's repeatedly turned into clashes. And overnight, chaos erupted.
See? Insiders.
By ICE protesters throwing objects at officers, who then used flashbangs and tear gas to disperse crowds. Law enforcement cars also destroyed.
Balance.
The crowd is engaging in unlawful acts. They have thrown fireworks at police officers. All as DHS revealed more details about that new shooting involving the ICE officer.
Now you can't say this shit peaceful. This is inciting violence. These people in there inciting violence, and they should not. We're smarter than this, but obviously you're not. That's why you're out there doing this, allowing them to set us up. We got to do this a little bit different.
Sir was trying to arrest
He's going to call an insurrection
Social
act.
elites who came to the U.S. illegally 3 years ago when the suspect began to resist and violently assault the officer.
Whatever.
DHS says 2 other men from Venezuela, both here illegally, then ran up and began to hit the officer with a shovel and broomstick. So the officer fired, hitting Solis in the leg.
Our agent is beat up.
That's the other guy who got hit in the leg. So those was the other 2 people the other day that Jolly Ginger Beer he had mentioned when we were watching his video while he was out there live that first few nights. 2 protesters got shot in the leg, and they're saying that they're Venezuelan or whatever, they're illegal immigrants. But I don't believe that total story because that's stupid. If you're a legal immigrant, why the hell would you be out there in the middle of this shit? You go hide. I'm just saying, common sense. I don't believe the total story, but this is what they saying.
President Trump now threatening to use the Insurrection Act if Democratic leaders don't, quote, obey the law and stop the professional agitators and insurrectionists from attacking the patriots of ICE. The Minneapolis mayor overnight.
For those that have peacefully protested, I applaud you. For those that are taking the bait, you are not helping.
See?
And you are not helping the undocumented immigrants in our city.
While in California, an anti-ICE protester appears to be hit in the face by a projectile while moving toward an officer. As Minnesota's governor blasts ICE enforcement operations.
Instead, it's a campaign of organized brutality against the people of Minnesota by our own federal
social
government.
media. I say the same thing about your mother. So I'm going to put you in timeout.
Convictions including rape, assault, and murder.
These are all illegal alien criminals. This is all ICE is trying to do. They are trying to remove people like this from Governor Walz's state.
Shaq Brewster is outside that federal facility once again tonight. And Shaq, we now know how many federal officers are there in the Twin Cities?
That's right, Tom. A federal law enforcement official telling NBC News there are roughly 3,000 federal immigration officers in the Minneapolis area. That's roughly 5 times the size of the city's police department and clearly not stopping the protests like the one you see behind me.
All right. So that's what I'm saying. Here you go. The setup is real. Now let's just get to this, to my Democrats. Okay. I think we're gonna move on to this. We're an hour into the broadcast. I think I'm gonna do a 2-part because I want to come back and talk about something. It says the fix is in as DH wrongly ups their power over the new killing investigation. So let's get to this because basically you have Minneapolis elected officials saying, hey, don't try to mess up this operation. Don't try to hold any information from us. We're going to get what we need. Let me just make sure I have this article up. Okay, there we go. I'm just trying to make sure I got everything that y'all need up because y'all know it's not going to be just me talking. We're going to bring the proof. So let's listen to this article real quick. Guys, thank you for being here with me. Thank you for having critical thinking again. And thank you for having respect. If you don't like me, you don't like the way I look because I'm black, because I'm a Hebrew, then kick fucking rocks. This was not for you. Your opinion doesn't matter. I'm black, my hair short, long. It really doesn't matter. So I had somebody just waited. They could not wait to make a comment on my video. Oh, you finally took me off of mute. Bitch, why you coming back? Because you love this black Hebrew woman. You retard. Why you come to places that you don't want to be and you hate people? I don't go to y'all channels who I don't listen to regular. That's why I don't even know what Bondi say half the time because I can't take her voice. I can't take who she is. I don't listen to the shit. You see what I'm saying? They just spew hate because they full of shit. That's all I'm saying. That's why I had to say, Jesus is black. Let's watch this together. Yeah, I would get you mad, nigga. Y'all say random shit, I'm going to say random shit too. Say random shit in my comment, I'm going to just act like I got Jesus is black. Now, let's move on.
Investigation, legal expert by David McAfee.
Let's listen.
A new DHS announcement that it will be investigating the latest agent-involved shooting instead of the FBI set off alarm bells for one legal expert. MS Now host Alex Witt read the statement on air on Saturday, saying, "I'm just getting something handed to me," before noting that it is a statement from DHS suggesting that it will investigate the fatal shooting of a 37-year-old protester by its officers rather than the FBI. So they're going to be investigating that which they already issued a summary about she said.
Mega love
It
it.
seemed like a closed book. Ryan Goodman,
Wait, give me 1 second. This, hold on. This throw me off real quick. Give me 1 second. Mega is always talking about the law. Give me 1 second. Always talking about following the law, but these people don't follow the law. You're not gonna, okay, you want to investigate the protester, but you're not gonna investigate the police or nothing. And they're highlighting that the police that actually shot Miss Renee Good was already involved in a police shooting less than a year ago of someone that I showed y'all to prove. Come on, man. You talking about follow the law, it's a just system. You a fucking hypocrite. Y'all some hypocrites. I'm definitely gonna convict y'all this Sunday Bunday. Y'all just hypocrites.
Does not have any prosecutorial authority. This would have to be a criminal investigation, which is the FBI and DOJ's lane. He then added, DHS also already lied and CBP repeated the lies in stating their pre-investigation conclusions.
Okay. Was that article? That wasn't all the article. Okay, I think that was all the article. So basically, instead of them investigating the police and a crazy ass background, bitch, we're gonna investigate you. These people who are mega supporters, you special. You special, bitch. You don't even know who you are. Just because you made a donation, you are an average person. I'm just trying to let you know. Border Patrol kills Alex in Minneapolis. Judge grants restraining order against DHS. Let's read this real quick. Federal agents shot and killed 37-year-old man from Minneapolis on Saturday morning, less than 3 weeks after ICE agent federally shot Renee Good and a man going on the surge of immigration enforcement actions without yielding in the city. Alex, an ICU nurse who worked for VA hospital, my vets. I'm telling you, it's not easy working in VA. Honestly, let me not talk about VA hospitals. Let's move on. VA hospital was identified as the man killed by the Border Patrol. So let me fix what I've been saying the whole time, because I keep calling it ICE, but because the Border Patrol and ICE is kind of just acting like twins, So it was the Border Patrol. Okay, so that's perfect, because we're going to get into Bavino and his update of his case, that lion dog. So the defense, it says the Department of Homeland Security says that the agent acted in self-defense after attempting to disarm Mr. Alex. Okay, the Minnesota Governor Tim Walz said that the account was nonsense after reviewing the video of the shooting. That's why I got a little aggravated at people in the audience, because not only you got cognitive dissonance, bitch, we watching it over and over and over in different views. You can't even use your critical thinking. I hope you never on a jury trial, bitch, because you spiritually blinded. Whatever in your damn head, you just gonna run with. That's just retarded. Videos from the scene show Mr. Alex was holding a cell phone. Bitch, it better not be. It better not be. He better have a gun on him, because I'm gonna kill him. Okay. He was holding a cell phone, not a gun. Okay. When he was shot. Because I never saw him go in his pocket for anything. And any agents can see, oh my God, emerging from the shuffle with the gun and turn. Oh, so this is what it says. An agent that can be seen emerging from the shuffle with the gun and turning away from the man when the first shot was fired. So the person in the audience that said that they actually took the gun away, and you were just saying, the other person that followed up and said, no, it was just Jimmy Kimball. The CBC is saying the same thing, that they actually took the gun away from him before they shot him. This was murder. This was murder. U.S. District Court Judge Eric Trosto granted a temporary restraining order against the U.S. Department of Homeland Security Saturday, barring the department from altering or destroying evidence connected to Mr. Alex killing. That's a shame. They had to go right in on a Saturday and get an emergency restraining order before anything was even filed. DHS spokesman said that the statement that the agent fired defense shots after the individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officer with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun is a whole lie. It says Minnesota office officials and said that Alex was a lawful gun owner with a permit to carry. He had no criminal record. Again, we just talking about this because it's for the retards in the back and the front. Videos from the scene verified by CBC News show Mr. Alex was holding the phone in his right hand and nothing in his left hand before he was shot. Multiple videos also show the federal agent in a gray jacket. Thank you for saying that, and it's being verified by another article, so I can definitely believe you, sir. This is what we do. We verify, not to say that repetitive talk, but when you see things start to be added and mutated, I'm like, okay, now we're getting more of the story. And here it goes, that the guy with the gray, just like someone in the audience said, took the gun. Okay. Multiple videos show how the federal agent in the gray jacket reached into the shuffle, empty hand, and emerged with a gun in his right hand, turning away from the man when the first shot was fired. Then running across the street as more shots were fired. So the guy with the gun did run away like a bitch. Somebody did say that took the gun from him. So the guy who shot Alex is going to lie and say, well, once I saw a gun, I thought my life was in danger. Bitch ass agents. Y'all some scary asses. And I'm going to say that because I'm a frontline worker. I don't want to hear, oh, yeah, y'all distracting them in the middle of an investigation. But I'll be in the middle of CPR, literally a gunman downstairs holding the hospital hostage. True story. Go look this up. This happened in Macon Hospital. Then one of the contracts that I was just, I'll put that article at the bottom because this is how true. ICU nurse doing CPR for 30 minutes, dead tired, can't stop. Families in there. We got to talk to them, got to handle them. I got 2 patients and a gunman downstairs holding the place hostage for 3 hours. We don't know nothing. I got to throw this out here because this y'all giving ICE too much motherfucking leeway. Okay? After we did CPR on him for a whole hour, we're still not knowing what's going on with the gunman that's holding the hospital hostage in Macon just before. This was a couple of days before my uncle died. It happened January into February. Okay? This is the shit that I had to handle as an ICU nurse. So don't tell me what tact these motherfuckers are supposed to have if I had to have it. And then they blow the man's head off right under where my patient's room at. I'm sitting there waiting to hear we locked in the ICU. I'm taking care of these people. All you hear is pop, pop, pop. And I'm like, oh shit. Y'all heard that? I'm by the door. That anybody could come in. Stop telling me that they could do whatever they want when we fucking can't. I go tell the nurses, y'all heard the gunshots? And they like, no. Y'all didn't hear the gunshots? 2 minutes later, everything is clear. They killed the man right under. So don't fucking tell me that these people could do anything. They was irritated. Which I was way beyond irritated. All types of stuff going on. And guess what we did? CPR for a whole hour until they told us to call the code off because this man was literally dead and we had to abide by the family, show them love, show them comfort in the middle of this. Stop fucking playing with me. Stop talking about behaviors. I know behaviors and I can talk about it for real. So none of y'all, nobody who has experienced what I have experienced and had to have the discernment and the control under could tell me that these motherfucking ICE agents could do this. Y'all not getting me mad. FBI agents in Minneapolis involved in Renee Good probe. Okay, bitch, he resigned. Let's get to it. Stop fucking with me. Stop playing with me. I don't want to be emotional with you guys, but y'all be pushing me a little bit. Okay? Because if I had to have the extreme discernment and control and highlight that I'm black, and they be waiting for me to fuck up, that's the underlying pressure. Shut your mouth. Now, love and blessings to Miss Renee Good because she's a human being, my Caucasian sister. The acting FBI supervisor of the public corruption squad. I had to take myself off the screen. Let me get back on, which I ain't gonna get me mad. Nurse Lashley is back. Okay. The corruption squad in Minneapolis field office resigned last week in part over the investigation of the federal shooting of Renee Good. So the FBI supervisor of public corruption squad, the one that's supposed to be basically looking into corruption in public officials, quit. In part related to Miss Renee Good's case. Immigration and Customs Enforcement officers earlier this month, according to the multiple sources. I skipped it, but y'all know I missed the word, okay? So it says his name is Merging. It says Merging left the FBI in part due to its pressure on her reclassification, discontinued Good's investigation because they were looking into Good instead of actually looking into the fucking killer cop. A source with knowledge of the department told CBS News. Another FBI source said this is Minjin, do apologize, Minjin would not bow to the pressure from leadership. Her squad, which is also handling civil rights cases, was involved in both good investigation and the ongoing probe into public benefits of fraud in Minnesota. That's why they over there, whatever. Manager department was first reported by the New York Times. So basically, she said, I'm leaving. So you have somebody else that left because the FBI top official that left because of this. This is according to CBS News. I guess people are like, I'm not going down with the shit, bitch. I'm not going to the abyss like mega. Okay, we're gonna do a two-part, and I'm gonna come back, y'all, because the next part gonna be pretty long-winded because we're gonna get into some law. You know what I'm saying? Keep the vibrations high here. Like they said, black people, we talk about fucking anything. Like we stupid, we did. Let's just show them what I'm working with today and every day. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, he got me mad. Y'all done got my neck all tight talking about. I ain't talk about that shooting in a long time. I'm gonna be honest. I got post-traumatic stress too. Not only did that shooting happen like a week or a few days or in the same shift, I think it was like the week before my uncle killed himself. All of that. And I'm still here acting like I got a heart. Acting human. Fuck. Y'all better get it together. ICE immigration officers has shot at people at least 16 times in Trump administration. So that's what we're going to just be getting to, basically starting to talk about how many people I shot, and then we're going to close off, and I'm going to come back in about, give my phone an hour to charge up, and I got to make a phone call, guys. I like being here. I like talking about this. I like decompressing because I haven't talked about that shooting in a while. It gave me a headache and everything. Yeah, I was in an active shooter. I'll put that article down there and tell y'all, bitches, I'm not lying. Y'all want a copy of my contract too? Tell about having emotional discernment, and I had to deal with all these Caucasian coming here cursing me out. All right, let's get to this last thing. I just wanted to talk about how many people has been killed by ICE, and then we're going to get off and come back in about an hour because we're going to talk about these Supreme Court case, Bovino, Lyon, Ass, and how the courts are working against us too. And then I'll show you the article of Ortiz actually saying, call the National Guard, call it, like, bitch, why are you not talking to the people around you? I don't see y'all online, like, basically saying, people, this is how we handle it. This is how you file papers. This is what we're doing. You're not doing anything to keep people at you, Democrats, except for, I don't have to say it, Jasmine Crockett. She stays on it. She right in the front line, talking to people, talking about issues, getting people to decompress. All the rest of these motherfuckers is not. Y'all over here playing games. Democrats turning on y'all too. Federal investigation, the Border Patrol. Give me 1 second. Direct exchange. I talked about the Renee Good. All right. So summaries of incident. There has been. This is for 2025 to 26. So we talked about Alex Jeffrey, Renee Good, Mr. Vegas Gonzalez, Keith Porter, Louis Moncanda. That was the person who was shot in the chest. Ryan Garcia. Summary of incidents. 5 is fatal. 5 people have been killed by ICE agents since August 2025. Injured at least 8. Now, and this is not great statistics because I think this is half the information based on what I asked. Detention death, as I mentioned to y'all, is at 32 right now, and they also have about they say 4 or 5 rape cases. We're in deep trouble. And one more thing before we get off. You know that little boy, the picture that I showed y'all on my post, go to my post. And they like, oh, well, his father shouldn't have been here. Where they took him out of school and he looking all sad. Do you know the judge ordered injunction for him to be released or wherever? And you know they already had him on a plane to Texas, less than 12 hours. And you talking about, like, stop it. If they lock us up, American citizens, and you can't prove because you don't got your paperwork together, you'll be on a motherfucking plane too. Okay, so with that goes to say, I want to say thank you for being here. My neck is tight. I can't even read y'all comments because I literally talked about the active shooter thing. I will put the comments at the bottom. I'll put the link of that active shooter so y'all can know that Nurse Lashley is not lying. That's why I hold these entities at such a high esteem, highlighting that not only that I have to behave in that manner for me to be safe, to be a safe nurse, but damn, we human. Fuck, we just can't be human. Why can't we not be condemned? But it is what it is. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in about an hour in this fake snowstorm. Put your comments at the bottom. Let's go. Over there with this heart shit. Messing with my money. Sorry, y'all. See you guys in an hour. I'm a Hebrew. I read the Bible all yesterday. 9 hours. That's what you should do. The Sabbath is on a Saturday, baby.